Moscow. As the most of you people know, Russia holds a FIFA World Championship these days, and we couldn't miss a chance just to meet our guests and to ask them how do they like Moscow. But our goal is not to show you how Russia can organize the global events. We want to show you how is Moscow good at any time of the year. That's why we'll make the same interview with the similar questions several months later to find out, is Moscow really so good, or it is just the spirit of World Championship? Let us go!
Nigeria.
Thailand.
From Thailand.
Guatemala.
Well, we've both been here many times.
So you may answer Spanish.
Yes, Colombia.
They're women.
Dark side, and I like the light side.
And what is the dark side?
That's a deep question, which is not for a vlog. Beautiful architecture.
It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. I came here 10 years ago. Very dark. Now there's light. Now there is a feeling of something. I don't know what, but something. Focus in.
So the Red Square, it's amazing.
Me ha impresionado la arquitectura. A vos las chicas, pero no quiere decir por mí.
Las chicas.
I love the architecture. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful city. There's so much to see.
So much history, so much culture.
No, everything. People have been great. They're being hospitable. They're nice. They try to help us when we're trying to find the metro station or a road or anything. It's really nice. The buildings, this currently is beautiful. A few sightseeing near the river is also breathtaking. And overall, the atmosphere with the World Cup has been awesome.
I'm trying to look for one thing I like most, because I almost love mostly everything. From the transportation, yeah, very good transportation, and it's something that I'm seeing for the first time in my life, the metro. And I have the app on my phone, so I get used to it now. I look like someone that lives in Moscow. And I've been in Moscow for some years because I even take my people out. Don't worry, I'll take you to where you're going. So I like the metro transportation way. Is very good. It's very nice. And you know, the beautiful city. Everywhere in Moscow is beautiful.
I would say the only thing that needs improvement is the difficulty, because I think very few Russians speak English. So being somebody from overseas, we have a little bit of a difficulty getting around from point A to point B. I mean, but I must say they've tried their best to help us, but sometimes
it is a problem.
This is of a few stadiums. It's kind of far away if you're staying in the outskirts of the city. And maybe if you rent a car, you try to park somewhere, it's hard as well. But apart from that, we like it a lot. It's very clean. They're pretty hospitable. I like it a lot.
What I don't like, maybe it's because of the World Cup. I think things are a bit expensive. Accommodation expensive. Food expensive.
The language is very difficult.
What we don't like?
Nothing.
This has been
There's been no violence.
All the bullshit in the press.
Russian fans were very scary in France 2 years ago.
Very bad.
Everyone was very bad publicity about Russian fans 2 years ago.
Well, that is bad everywhere.
Because there was guys were putting in gum shields with knuckle dusters.
Now we now feel Moscow.
There's been no violence here.
Now we feel love. Now we feel love.
And what about annoying guys with microphones?
It really fucking pisses us off, yeah? Really pisses us off, right?
I don't know. I don't think that I don't like.
To me, the difficult to communicate with people. We want to buy a train ticket. It was really impossible. If a girl doesn't come to help us, we weren't able to buy the ticket.
Para recibir a latinoamericanos tendrían que saber más personas español.
The positive side is we've heard a lot of negative in terms of how Russian people are, but I must say they are a lot friendlier than what the news and the media project them to be.
With
so,
rock faces, but kittens inside.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I would say that's the right description. You know, maybe you don't smile as much as people from Thailand because we're used to people smiling all the time.
But I make them smile. I say something to make them smile, and they do, so that's good.
We came with very different expectations, each of us, and I think we're all leaving with happier than we thought we would be leaving. I think we're going to start sending the message that everybody should come back to Russia. It's not as people think about it. It's very, I don't know, people are cold or, yeah, it's nice.
The Russians are really friendly, different than we know. We know in the other part of the world, people stop us and talk about our countries. You can see here is the name of my country. You can see she is Argentinian, and they ask us about our country, and it is great because they share what Russia is, and we can share what our country is. We have 2 days here, and we have find 3 different kinds of persons in the train here.
Yes.
And we really enjoy that human contact. It's true, the football is important, is the main reason, but for us, it gave the conditions for us to come.
We don't know much about Russia, but when we come here and we realize because of how big the country is, the image of Russian is actually so usually European, but the reality is very, you got Russians who look like they're from Asia.
We were traveling through Russia, and a few places were small roads, but there was all the drivers were trying to drive in the right side of the road, so people can actually surpass the car easier. In my country, normally you have to get to the next lane and surpass, and then get to the next lane.
Y la anécdota de que le enseñé a hacer una mariposa de origami a una rusa sin saber ella inglés y yo tampoco, sin conocer el idioma.
At the airport when we arrived, I was stopped, I don't know why, for the immigration authorities. It was uncomfortable because they didn't explain. After 1 hour and a half, I left and I don't know what happened. They gave me my passport back and then didn't say why I stopped there. We lose the train. We had plans and we lose the train and many other things. But in that time, my wife was waiting for me. Other wife of other person there, a Russian girl, was waiting there. And she doesn't speak Russian, and the girl doesn't speak Spanish, but she could share with her and to teach an art origami. They don't speak the same language, but they could communicate themselves. For her, it's just values.
And mariposa, butterfly.
Butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
I am Moscow. I am Moscow. Épale.